When I was with my ex last year, we broke up in August, and it was because I came to the decision that I didn't want kids.
Oh,
So yeah, and I'm 31 right now. So
okay.
people were surprised by that decision because I'm pretty young, and that's just like the style in Hawaii. You have kids and kind of the
Right.
progression of life, right? You go to school, go to college, get a job, meet somebody, get married, have kids.
Right.
So I made that decision, and I was open about it on the podcast with everybody.
But here's
Um,
the thing though, like it might change. This is your
That's
decision
what
for right
that's
now.
what everybody's saying, and I
Yeah.
think it could. I definitely don't want now. If anything, I'll
Yes.
be like an older. My current girlfriend, she doesn't want kids right now. So if anything, I'd be like an older dad or something,
And that's fine.
and that's fine. Yeah, I just feel like, man, we have so much freedom because I'm at the age where all my friends are having kids,
Yeah.
and my siblings and all of that. So I'm just like, that does not look fun.
No, but here's the thing. I mean, I've come close because I was with somebody for 12 years, and we actually froze embryos
Oh, okay.
because he wanted to have kids, and well, he was a musician, or he is a musician, I should say, and I was like, why do you want to do this? And he was like, well, just in case we change our minds, at least we have the option. Because we were already in our 40s. And so I did freeze embryos. And so I had these embryos kind of sitting around with nowhere to go. And after we broke up, the agreement was that I would get to keep it because he could be a dad at any time in his life. I mean, look at, Rod Stewart and,
Yeah, I
and
think Robert De Niro, right?
Robert De Niro, yeah, all
Yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can afford it and you have somebody who wants to have sex with you
Yeah.
at that age, then go for it. But I had these embryos and I was like, I don't know what to do with them, and so I was looking actually for a gay couple that I wanted to donate them to, a mixed race, like Asian, Caucasian, and I found the perfect couple, but and I wanted to look for somebody who would allow me to stay in the lives of the kids, so that I could be like I don't know, like a fairy godmother or something. I don't know what you would call it.
Exactly.
But as it turns out, the doctors said I was too old when it got harvested, so they wouldn't do the implant. But my whole point is that ohana is what you make it nowadays, especially. So my idea was I could be an auntie to this little family that we created through my embryos with somebody, a gay couple, and who knows what you build as a family, these days. It could be anything and whatever works for you at the time. As long as the kids are taken care of and are healthy and have a good, positive environment, it doesn't matter who their parents are.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't matter if you have to go to Kualoa Ranch and find hidden treasure
Right.
and not take it, as long as you make ohana yours.
Right? What a good segue. Nice.
Finding Ohana. Available now on Netflix. Not an ad. No, but yeah, that's so true. I mean, as you get older, like friends are just family you choose, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome because like you just keep adding to your extended ohana, and then now you have just this big network of people that care about you and you care about them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. This whole like family unit, is like, that's still happening, of course. But there's so many additions to the building nowadays, right? It's
Yeah.
like not just one unit. It's like all these extensions that you can add on and create your own hale.
Yeah, especially if you have siblings and they start having kids too.
Yeah.
You got all the nieces and nephews, parents are happy, it takes a little pressure off of you as well.
Yeah, my mom never did pressure me. I think she knew. I think she just knew. It's
Yeah,
like,
you're kind of like an
I was already
independent,
pawning my
free
dog
spirit.
off on her. She's like, I don't need Kiki running around either. I'm old.
My girlfriend keeps trying to convince us to get a cat and a dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or cat first and then dog.
Oh, cat is like
Yeah.
the easy
That's
transition.
that's what they say. But I just don't like the fur fur everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
that's a
know.
thing. That's a thing. You can
Yeah.
get one black cat.
Yeah, maybe, or one of those hairless cats, but they're pretty ugly.
Those things are so ugly, they're
Yeah.
cute.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
They look kind of scary though, yeah.
At what age did you decide on this? Like that you
On
knew
what?
for sure that you didn't want to get married, you didn't want kids, you wanted to be alone,
You know,
or not alone, but just like
because I'm definitely
Single.
not
Yeah,
alone. I
yeah,
have
yeah.
tons of friends. You know, I think it was just something that it wasn't like a specific thing that happened. I just always knew that it was not going to be convenient for my life. It was not going to be my choice. And I didn't want to have kids just for the sake of having kids because everybody else was doing it. And I just didn't feel that it was a necessary part of my life. You know, I think kids are really, really hard, even if you really, really, really want them. And I just never really found that biological need. I don't know, you know, why. I've just never been a conformist either.
Yeah.
So
I'm similar to you.
yeah.
in that
So
sense.
for me, it was, you know, a choice. It was not as though, you know, it was something that I had to do because everybody else was doing it.
Yeah, I felt like when I came to the decision that, or I accepted it, like maybe I'll have kids in the future, but I'm okay without having kids. And as soon as I came to that realization and I came to the conclusion that I can just do whatever I want with my life, like I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And
You
I
can
think-
make your own choices.
Yeah, exactly. So once I got to that point, it was very liberating. And I
Right?
just felt like I was really at peace and I had that freedom.
Yeah.
And I think it's so much better than, you know, having that looming pressure of like trying to make others happy.
Yeah.
You know, or like you don't want to disappoint them, or, you know, you want to,
Yeah.
you know, make sure that you're being a good son, friend, partner, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, at the end of the day, like, it's your choice. You're the one who
Yeah.
has to live with the consequences, not everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that a lot of people, you know, they do it because everybody else is doing it, or because they want it, like you're saying, making other people happy. And that's just like the wrong reason to do anything.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's so many more people nowadays who are making the choice not to have kids that I think Elon Musk was saying, right, that our world is in danger, that everybody
It really
needs to
is.
be multiplying.
Yeah, no. Like, why would you even want to bring them into this world?
Right?
Like, there's so much going on. I mean, it's a great life. We live great lives, and we're in one of the beautiful places on earth.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, there is
yes.
the times we live in today are hard and scary, and there's so.
I think
so much
everybody
going on.
thinks that though, when they're, you know, whatever that generation is, there's very few people who are like, oh, the world is so great right now. You know, everybody, you know, you got the Cold War, you got some kind of wars going on, you got economic problems, you know, racial discriminations, you know, all kinds of stuff. It's never a perfect time to have kids. You just do it, right?
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you want to do it. I think, because also your biological clock is not going to line up with the world being perfect.
Yeah. I mean,
You
I
know?
don't think you're ever going to be ready for anything in life, like fully ready,
Yeah.
100% prepared.
Yeah.
I think you just kind of go for it and you figure it out as you go.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think the problem is social media in a sense that everything is more, there's more coverage on everything. So
Yes.
we think there's way more violence, way more struggle, way more whatever, but it's just because we see it more.
Exactly.
Back in, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, there wasn't social media. If you saw it on the news, that's what
Right.
your knowledge was. And then the internet and the social media,
Right.
you know. So I
Right.
think that's a part of the problem as well.
Yeah. Although I do think that homelessness, for instance, feels like it's more now,
Definitely.
you know, because you see it, right?
Yeah.
You see it out on the street and, you know, in your backyard sometimes. So I think that is one thing that also, you know, with homelessness comes a little bit more petty thefts and, you know, small crimes and things like that. Drugs, I think, are getting more intense
One thing
these
leads
days.
to another.
Yeah. So yes, those kind of things were always there, But I think there are certain areas where it is magnified a little bit more.
Totally.
Yeah.
Especially here when we have all these high rises coming up, cost of living going up, and then
Yes.
either you move away or you go live on the beach.